Round 2 of playoffs are officially done. We have scores, highlights, and updates. Welcome back to myGSPN Recap. Good afternoon, guys. I'm Chris Gonzalez.
And I'm Anthony Coleman.
And thank you guys for tuning back into myGSPN Recap, where we talk high school sports.
And as you know, the show is brought to you by GardenGrocery.com and You Discover Florida.
That's right, Anthony. And we have a very exciting show for you guys today, highlighting the games that we were at this past Friday night in round 2 of the playoffs. But before we get into all the action, I want you guys to go ahead and make sure that you're following us along on all of our social media handles to stay up to date with your sports news. And don't forget to check out our brand new website launch at www.myGSPN.com. Now, we were at some very exciting games on Friday night. Yes, Anthony, I'll let you take it from here, man.
Man, there were a lot of great games, but I want to jump into the action as we're going up in 7A, man. Armwood took on Bloomingdale, one of the best games I was out there. Shout out to Jake Purple for the video, actually, from Prep Hoops. The Perpinator, man. He always coming through clutch.
Shout out Jake and shout out to Prep Hoops. Go ahead and give him a follow on Instagram.
Yes, sir. So let's get into that video. We see Cameron Ransom. He finds Charles Montgomery for a 16-yard touchdown late in the second quarter. That put Armwood up 14-3. Armwood would eventually get the win, 20-9. Man, it was crazy out there. Armwood was saying it was a no-fly zone, man. They had 5 interceptions, bro. 5 picks.
And this game sets up for Armwood taking on Lakeland this Friday night.
Yes, sir. Speaking of Lakeland,
one of the best games in the state this Friday.
It's going to be crazy, man. Speaking of Lakeland, they had a big game against Tampa Bay Tech. As you say, they got the win. We see here with DeMarcus Bowman, Big Debo, with an 88-yard touchdown in the second quarter. That put them up 21-7. We'll try to battle back with a pick 6. I would put them down 21-20 late in the third quarter. Lakeland would get the win, like you said, 30-37. Man, it's going to be crazy to see Armwood and Lakeland. Oh, yeah, and shout out to Dylan Oliver from Pokeway. Pokeway's been doing a lot of work with Lakeland for the video, too. So shout out for that video.
Shout out Pokeway.
But let's set up some big game this week. Armwood versus Lakeland, the 8-6-3 versus the 8-1-3. Arian Smith versus Ajayi Hall. It's just the best games out there, man. See if Lakeland can get that win again, man. But I was down at Jones for the 5A matchup against Nature Coast Tech. They started off slow, but Jones picked it up in the first quarter. DB Rodney Eccles would get a pick 6. I would start it off. That would put them up 7-zip. But before you know it, Jones would be up 28-zip. Nature Coast Tech wouldn't stay quiet though. A long pass by Fabian Burnett to tight end Brian Morgan. He would keep his concentration as the ball is tipped up for the beautiful catch. They would score a touchdown, but Jones are going to halftime with a big lead, 28-7. Both teams would score one more time late in the fourth quarter, but Jones will get the win, 35-14. Nature Coast Tech finishes the season 6-6. Jones will move on to the 5A regional finals where they have a big matchup against Vanguard, man. A lot of playmakers. Vanguard has Trevante Rucker, who's been showing out a lot recently, and the #1 defensive end for the class of 2021, Bryce Langston. So a lot of good playmakers. So it's going to set up for a lot of great games this weekend.
Setting up for a lot of Orlando teams here deep in the playoff run, man. 407 showing out. Central Florida showing out big time too. One game that I was at on Friday night was Seminole taking on Timber Creek at Seminole. These two teams battled it out for the 8A District 1 semifinal. Now, host Seminole was undefeated, and Timber Creek came into this game with 1 loss on the year. The story of the night was Seminole's defense, who shut down Timber Creek's offense by posting up 9 sacks and an interception on the night. They were all over Jake Johnson all night. Now, both teams' offenses struggled to put up points, but it was Seminole quarterback Timmy McLean who came out on top in the battle of the quarterbacks. After being spotted a 3-0 lead following a Sergio Diaz 28-yard field goal, McLean found his way into the end zone on a 17-yard run to give the Noles a 10-0 lead at the end of the first quarter. Timber Creek answered back on a field goal of their own by Will Third to shrink the lead to a 1-possession game, but Seminole had other plans before heading into halftime. Timmy McLean is going to connect with O'Shea Baker for a touchdown with 1:37 remaining in the half, and the two teams went into halftime with Seminole leading 17-3 following that. Following a defensive quarter for both teams in the third, with neither team finding the end zone, Timber Creek found themselves with their backs against the wall on a 4th and long in the fourth quarter, situation down 14 points. Jake Johnson steps back and hits as he throws. He's going to connect with Zeron Skinner, and Skinner took it to the house for a 69-yard touchdown with 3:50 remaining in the game. Now, despite that late comeback attempt by the Wolves, Seminole held on and took care of business. The Noles ran out the clock, and the last play of the night, we saw Timmy McLean in victory formation, takes the knee, and Seminole wins it 17-10 in the thriller. Now, Seminole is moving on to the Class 8A Region 1 championship game this Friday night, where they're going to be facing off against Apopka at home. Seminole versus Apopka, another huge game this Friday night. Timber Creek ends their season with an overall record of 10-2.
Shout out to Timber Creek for an amazing season, but that's going to be a great game, man. Apopka and Seminole, man, I can't wait for that one. All the action on Friday, man.
All the action on Friday nights. Now, it is regional championship week, so these teams are playing for a spot in the state championship semifinals and finals that are going to be taking place in Daytona and in Tallahassee.
Yes, sir.
This is what it all boils down to. This is what these kids have been working all year for. The kids, the coaches, the players, the families, everybody's been working for this upcoming week right here.
Most people, their whole life, like some teams don't even make it to the playoffs. So you work from high school, you work from middle school, from Pop Warner to make it to the playoffs. So all the time you put in, this is where it shows.
That's right, man. And guys, that is our show for today. We want to go ahead and throw it out to our sponsors. First and foremost, GardenGrocer.com. If you're staying in the Orlando area at one of the Disney resorts, go ahead and place an order for groceries to be delivered to your room at the time of check-in. Save money and time by shopping with GardenGrocer.com. And not to forget, UDiscover Florida. If you're looking for a restaurant, hotel, or just for something to do for fun this weekend, go ahead and give them a look on Instagram at UDiscover Florida. And before we head out, guys, it's time to announce the winner of our giveaway. And the winner is Peyton Gillum, offensive lineman from Lake Mineola High School. You will be receiving your copy of Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Congratulations. Thank you for go ahead and joining into the giveaway. And we will be in touch with you later today over Instagram, man. Congratulations on that. Once again, guys, I'm Chris Gonzalez.
And I'm Anthony Coleman.
And thank you all for tuning back in to my GSPN recap, where as always, you guys know, it's your sports, all you, all the time.